In today's session, we will be discussing how Ayurveda can help us in elevating our mind, body, and achieve wellness collectively. Human body works in three categories, or it functions in three categories: correlative, substantive, and generative. All these functions in a human body is performed by three doshas in the body. Three doshas: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These are the three doshas which maintain, uh, involve in function, and help in existence of the human body and achieving wellness. Healing is possible through Ayurveda when there is disruption or disturbance between the equilibrium of these doshas. How healing is helped through Ayurveda? Herbs help in healing. Concept of Ayurveda depends on the Ahar Aushadh relation. Everything that is available in nature that can be used to treat any condition or the disease that has developed because of the disrupted equilibrium of these three doshas. How herbs help us? They help in cleaning body, that is detoxification. Whenever there is disruption, there is formation of uh, toxins, accumulation of toxins. So, detoxification is important. Purification of blood is important. Once we achieve detoxification through herbs, there is improvement in digestion and other body functions. Digestion and other body functions achieved in a healthy state, we can see the results in form of improved virility, better vitality of body, improved mental health, emotional balance, psychological well-being. Physically, we can see healthy glowing skin, healthy hair. Every body part is functioning in a normal way or healthy state. So, it is very important to understand this balance and maintain this axis of balance between Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So, as we know, these doshas are inherently present in our body. These inherited condition of doshas lead to different types of body constitution, what we say is prakriti. Understanding prakriti is very important because it gives us an idea how we can manage our life, how we can stay away from diseases, and if one is getting has got affected because of any disease, what method of treatment will help. So, lifestyle modification, diet, exercise, and medicines. Wellness can be achieved by all these methods, and Prakriti forms the base. So, my friend Dr. Sirisha will be explaining you about the Prakriti and its significance in attaining the wellness.
Yeah. Thank
Dr.
you, Dr.
Sirisha.
Shibangi. Yeah. Now I describe regarding Prakriti types. Before going to the Prakriti types, we will understand what is exactly a Prakriti. In Ayurveda, the biological process and the genetic makeup of an individual is termed as Prakriti. And this one will remain constant till life. It's just like a fingerprint or a DNA of a person, and it's not going to change in lifetime also. So understanding one's prakriti is very important in balancing a qualitative life, having a balanced diet, maintaining optimum health, and it's also a diagnostic tool like thing which helps in understanding the disease prognosis and even the treatment process. So we will understand what is exactly the Prakriti and how it is formed. So this Prakriti is determined at the time of the fertilization or the conception itself. And there are some few factors which will be affecting this Prakriti also, like the behavior or the psychological mental status of the mother and the surroundings, and even some physical attributes also constitute this Prakriti. It's in a short form, Prakriti can be termed as the basic constitution or the nature of a person or an individual. And why we need to understand a Prakriti? Because one has to understand who am I, what is the nature of their body, and what their body requirements are, and how to eat or what to eat, and what they should avoid, and at what quantities they have to eat, or what are the things they have to do to balance the minimal disturbances that may cause in the body in a short period of duration, like a seasonal change or any other disturbances that may happen in the life. What are the things they have to do? So these all will be understood only when is aware of their own prakriti. And this Prakriti assessment will be done by a few questionnaire like things and by the observation by the Ayurvedic doctor itself. So, by understanding the nature of the person, a doctor comes to a conclusion that this might be the Prakriti of the patient. Thereby, they can understand what kind of treatment process can be attributed, because this has an effect even on the prognosis of the disease. For example, a Vataja patient or a Vataja Prakriti patient has a disease of Vataja type, then the disease will be difficult to cure, or the prognosis will be little different. And if a Kaphaja or Pittaja Prakriti person has the same Vataja disease, then it is easy to cure and it takes lesser time also for the relief. So these things can be kept in mind if we understand the Prakriti of a patient. And this Prakriti assessment is based on the three doshas. Like Dr. Shibangi has described in detail about the three doshas. So these three doshas will attribute even while assessing the Prakriti also. And let us now see what are the seven types of Prakriti. There might be Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and a combination of Vata, Pitta, Pitta, Kapha, Kapha, Vata, and Tridoshaja. See, one individual will not have a single Prakriti as such. There will be in a combination. Like there might be a majority of Kapha dosha and a Vata dosha, or in combination. So they have to balance all the three doshas to have a quality of life. Now we'll understand in detail about each Prakriti. Coming to the Kapha Prakriti. So these personalities of Kapha Prakriti will be very strong. Like seeing them, we can understand their body build will be strong and they will be very much hefty or overweight also, and their stamina also is very good. And basically, they will have more ability to concentrate or even tolerate the disease. They are more susceptible, and they have even water regaining capacity also. Their hair and skin will be very smooth and radiant, so that can be even observed when we do the darshan and sparshana pariksha in the process of treatment. And what the major diseases they can attribute is the Medo dosha will be more, Medo dhatu will be in excess abundance. So they may have overweight, they may have sleep disturbances, so which may attribute to the lung infections or lung diseases and diabetes, and even some kind of depression, because they will not be more open to speak also. They try to tolerate as much as possible. So these will be the Kapha Prakriti examples. And coming to the Pitta Prakriti. These Pitta Prakriti patients or the individuals, they have very warm body temperature. We see most of the patients saying every time a body is very heat and overheat is there. So it's understood that the Pitta predominance is there in the body, and that has an effect on even the skin and their ability also. But these persons will have more excellent digestion capacity, and sometimes it may even lead to acidity and hyperacidity symptoms also. and they have abundance intelligence, and they are very sharp and very temperament also. They have powerful intellectual capacity also. These are tend to be more intelligent people, and they are very fast. So most of the people will have a combination of pitta and kapha, so their things will be done easily. And what are the diseases they commonly attribute is like the peptic ulcers or the indigestion process sometimes, and the skin rashes, because the skin will be the more sensibility for these kind of individuals. And coming to the Vata Prakriti, these Vata Prakriti individuals are they have a short or a large body frame as such. Their eyes will be very very small, and they have very fragile skin, or hair also will be very fragile, and a frizzy hair will be there. Some indifference will be there, irregularly shaped teeth or bones also sometimes it will be there. Constitution will not be so proper as such. And the common diseases they have is the bones or the joint diseases. Most of the time they experience with the vata type of diseases are like spondylitis or amavata, sandhivata, these kind of things like joint pains or bone pains or the spinal cord related issues all will be there. And they have even the nervine disorders also will be more experienced in this kind of vata prakriti individuals. So whenever in a combination of prakriti is what we have described, so vata and pitta, they have more. It might be ratio might be different, like 30 to 60, and otherwise say 60-40 or 70-30 kind of ratio will be there for combination of the prakritis. And the ideal prakriti is considered as the sama prakriti. That means all the doshas are in the balanced condition, because when the doshas are in the balance it is only called as a health. If there is an imbalance it is called as a disease. So how to balance this kind of doshas to maintain a good health? And when how we can balance is the kapha dosha. Is the kapha dosha, the three prominent methods of the treatment process in ayurveda includes ahara, vihara, aushadha. So a disease can be treated first through ahara. So maximum we can try to change our lifestyle based on our prakriti, so that it can have a immediate effect, or at least 50% of the disease can be cured. And coming to the vihara, if a person is having the more predominance of kapha dosha, then kapha relieving methods of diet and vihara has to be given to the patient. That means a kapha balance has to be done with a freshly cooked fruits that are very light, because already the person is very heavy. If we give more guru ahara also, it is very difficult for him to get digested. So it becomes more of disease progress will be there. So the disease specifying or the digestion specifying things have to be given to the patient. And hot, everything should be consumed as hot or warm only. And the quantity of fluid should be very much less in these kind of kapha prakriti patients. And kapha aggravating foods like oily foods or some fruits or vegetables have to be also avoided, like coconut, olives, buttermilk, cheese or fried eggs and wheat, etc. These have to be avoided, because all these increase the kapha dosha. That means they increase the Meda dosha or the Meda dhatu in the body, which may not be immediately affecting the individual. In a long time course, they may have side effects. And coming to the Pitta dosha, how we can balance Pitta dosha. So as we know, the Pitta dosha, it's more predominant of sweet, bitter, astringent tastes will be pacified by it. Pitta pacifying sweets, because rasa also has an impact in pacifying these doshas. So Pitta Prakriti can be Katutikta Kashaya can be understood in this aspect also. So persons who have more Pitta dosha predominant, so they should not take very mirchi or like salt or astringent. They should not be taken in more quantity. They should have some sweet or milk and puddings like things or coconut. These can be given. So whatever is sweet in taste, madura, ahara has to be given in more. Similarly, ahara, vihara, aushadha also. When identifying the aushadha also, pitta pacifying drugs will be there. Those have to be prescribed according to the individual. And coming to the Vata Prakriti or Vata Dosha balancing. And in Vata Dosha, what happens is patient will have to be given as a ghee, buttermilk, or whole nuts or cheese, warm spices, and ginger, turmeric, which can increase the digestion capacity, or Agni can be increased. So this kind of food and diet can be prescribed so that Vata can be pacified. And even this uncooked or raw material or cold soft drinks should not be given to the Vata Prakriti individuals, because they have, if vata is more in imbalance, it is called as a hina prakriti of vata predominant prakriti, whoever are there, they are considered as hina prakriti. And pitta predominant individuals are called as a madhyama prakriti, and kapha predominant prakriti are called as the uttama prakriti. Above all these things, sama prakriti is considered as the ideal prakriti. And we can achieve this ideal prakriti by balancing all our doshas, and by having a balanced diet, having a full exercise, and immunity support from our diet itself. So in this way, Ayurveda recommends, rather than using a chemicals or same type of treatment for all the individuals, it is a customized type of treatment for an individual based on their prakriti and the doshic predominance, which will not have any kind of side effects and have a good health for every individual.
Thank you, Dr. Sirisha, for briefing us about the dosha and how to balance them, and how Prakriti and its significance is in treatment under Ayurveda. Ayurveda supports the concept that human body has the ability to heal oneself or its, and it is possible with the help of balanced lifestyle, balanced diet, and herbal remedies or herbal medicines. As Dr. Sivisha said, that the Ayurveda is a customized treatment, because what is the constitution of the person? What are the doshas that are aggravated? What are the symptoms? Everything everything needs to be taken in account before prescribing or advising any kind of remedy. Ayurveda is the science of life, because its basic principle is the method to maintain a healthy life, healthy body with healthy mind, and it is possible by the maintenance of balance between the three doshas, which are affecting the mind and body, and the correlation with the environment as well. Because what we see according to the season, the dosha condition in body changes. According to that, we have to change our lifestyle, our daily routine. So everything needs to be considered while following Ayurvedic method of treatment, because it is science of life. So for today's discussion and session, we know little about or brief about how Ayurveda works. Merlin Pharma is working in this field to develop some remedies which can provide healthy life, healthy body with healthy mind. As Merlin Pharma is concentrating with the major taglines, that is protection, prevention, and preservation. And it is possible through Ayurveda. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Sivisha.
Thank you, Dr. Shibangi, for the wonderful presentation.
Sarva Poshak Plus and Manapsa Plus. These two formulations have been developed on the clinical validation, and these are non-prescription formulations. These are multi-purpose herbal solutions to attain a normal, healthy life condition that includes good and robust physical condition with healthy state of mind. Vata, Pitta and Kapha These are the three doshas which affect and maintain the bodily functions of a person. Sarva Poshak Plus and Manasa Plus. These two formulations help us to maintain them in equilibrium state. So, to have a robust immune system, healthy physical condition and balanced mental state, join the Plus experience.
Do you struggle with health issues that leave you without energy, moody, unmotivated, stressed, and not being able to live the life you were meant for? Introducing Sarva Poshak Plus and Mansa Plus. 20 plus high performance ingredients that nourish and balance the three fundamental energies in the body. It is simple to use as well. Just take 10 ml of Sarva Poshak Plus in the morning and 10 ml of Mansa Plus at night. It has no sugar, no side effects, and no habit forming. If you are seeking long-term health and vitality, immune and digestive support, as well as peace of mind, look no further. Join the Plus experience today.